The following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Good evening from Spring Hill High School, where the Spring Hill Broncos tonight play host to the DeSoto Wildcats. It's been a while since we've had the traditional girls and boys varsity doubleheaders, but that's what we've got for you tonight here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Along with Caden Carbajo, I'm Bryce Kessler. Girls game will get us started here this evening between the 5-5 Spring Hill Broncos, who are coming off of a rout in the 7th place game of Wellsville during their tournament this past week. They dominated from start to finish after a pair of tough losses in their first 2 games of that Top Gun tournament. They tied their season high with 19 assists in the 58-27 win on Saturday. So they will look to keep that win streak going, or make it a win streak now, as they take on the DeSoto Wildcats, who enter 5-6, coming off of a loss to Paola 43-35 last Friday. Second straight loss now for the Wildcats. In the 5th straight game, they've been held under 40 points. So the Spring Hill Broncos and the DeSoto Wildcats are matchup here in our girls game to kick off the evening. You're watching the Comfort Designs pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Pregame show brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. It's the final game of the year outside of the Frontier League contest for Spring Hill. They will load up on the Frontier League schedule following this, so we'll see if they can gain some momentum heading into that as they host the DeSoto Wildcats tonight. More of the pregame show coming up right after this here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
See all they have. Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show tonight from Spring Hill High School, where the Spring Hill Broncos host the DeSoto Wildcats. Time for a look at the matchup brought to you by the Spring Hill Recreation Commission. The Spring Hill Rec Commission offers a wide range of activities for kids and adults. To see everything they offer, visit them online at springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214. Well, DeSoto enters play 5-6, back-to-back losses, averaging 40 points and giving up just 34. So they have not allowed a whole lot of points this season, but only scoring 40, and they've now had 5 straight games under 40 points since their big win over Turner when they won 67-6 against Kansas City Turner earlier this year. But since then, it has been a 1-4 stretch for the Wildcats with losses to Lansing, Eudora, Wamego, and Paola in their win over Bonner Springs. Spring Hill, meanwhile, a couple of close losses to Nemaha Central and Baldwin before that win over Wellsville. The Broncos averaging 53 points per game and giving up 44. Both of these teams have been snake-bitten by close games this year. Spring Hill 0-4 in games decided by 3 points or less. DeSoto 0-3 in those same types of games. The margin of defeat in the 5 losses for Spring Hill this year, 3.2 points per game. For DeSoto, the margin of their defeats in their 6 losses, 4.3 points per game. So both these teams so close to being much better than their 5-5 and 5-6 records, respectively. So should make for an interesting game tonight. And if this one's close, well, somebody has to win it. So somebody hopefully can get their first win in one of those close games, as again, they're combined 0-7 in games decided by 3 points or less. Spring Hill, they are led, of course, by 6-foot senior Allie Frank, and she has scored in double figures every game this season, coming off of a strong tournament where she averaged 22 points, 7.5 rebounds per game in the Wellsville Top Gun tournament. Good matchup tonight with her and Caitlin Ostrinick, who is the 5'11 senior all-league player for DeSoto. First team All-United Kansas Conference last year. She's their top scorer this year, averaging 14 points per game. 8 of their 11 games, she's been in double figures. So that will be an interesting matchup to watch tonight, as we'll probably see them head-to-head a lot playing that same position. And then Katie Waite, if you look at the complement player, if you will, for DeSoto, she's been their best complementary player to Caitlin, as Waite's averaging 7 points per game. That's second best on the team, and another senior for this DeSoto squad. And for Spring Hill, it's kind of been dependent on the night who's that complementary piece to Allie Frank. Jenna Weber, coming off a nice tournament, averaged 7.5 points per game for the season. That's right about the same number she's averaging, and she's their second leading scorer this year. We've seen Meredith Todd be that second scorer on a night. We've seen Kate Milroy be that player on any given night. So we'll see who it happens to be tonight, because I have a feeling that Ostrinick and Frank might kind of cancel each other out in this one, and it may come down to whose supporting cast can come through for them to pick up a win tonight. It's Spring Hill and DeSoto coming up here on Spring Hill Sports Live. You're watching the Comfort Designs pregame show. More coming your way right after this as we get set for Spring Hill and DeSoto coming up here in about 10 minutes.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
When a team comes together, they deliver victory. When the team at Gambino's in Spring Hill comes together, they deliver delicious pizzas and so much more. Family owned and operated, Gambino's has all the ingredients of a great team, including, well, their ingredients. The freshest, perfectly prepared pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, salads, appetizers, and more. To feed your home team, call Gambino's at 913-686-4424 or visit Gambino'sPizza.com. Delivering the winning taste to Spring Hill. Gambino's. You're gonna love it. Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at HERS, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call HERS at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show here from Spring Hill High School tonight. Time for a look at a few keys to the game here as Spring Hill hosts the DeSoto Wildcats. Both teams 5 wins on the year. DeSoto has played 1 extra game there, 5-6. Spring Hill 5-5 coming into play tonight. We kind of touched on one of those keys, the supported cash tonight with that Frank versus Osternick matchup. That star versus star. Who else will come to play tonight and help carry their team to a hopeful victory? Somebody's got to win one. If this one's close, neither team has had luck on their side when it comes to close games this year. But if we find ourselves in that situation again tonight, well, one of them is going to finally break through. DeSoto pressured Spring Hill into a lot of turnovers last year, so that's an area that in this game we hope to see Spring Hill fare better. Hope they get that cleaned up tonight. They've been pretty good this year, only averaging 14.5 turnovers per game. And that certainly has not been the cause of their 5-5 record, those close losses. A lot of it's been just some cold shooting spurts that they have gone through, and we saw that in the tournament games against Nemaha Central and Baldwin. They really didn't struggle all that much with turnovers. Yeah, of course, every game you're going to have a few turnovers here and there that you wish you could take back, but that really wasn't the root of the cause. It didn't seem like it was just the shots weren't falling at stretches, and we've seen that throughout this year. And when you're playing a bunch of close games, when you go through 4, 5, 6-minute stretches without scoring, it'll come back to bite you, and it has 5 times this year. Spring Hill has lost all 5 of their games by single digits, twice by 1, twice by 3, and then an 8-point loss to Nemaha Central. And in 3 at least of those games, they led. I have to go back and look, but in 3 of those at least, they led going into the fourth quarter. So it has been an interesting season for many reasons here in this 2020-2021 season, and the close games all going against is certainly been one of those interesting things as well. Hopefully tonight, Spring Hill can break through. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get you the starting lineups for this one, and we will be ready to play some hoops here tonight in Spring Hill. Game 1 of our doubleheader. It is senior night as well for the Broncos, so we will have the senior recognition for the boys and girls teams as well as the dance team, I believe. I'm not sure if cheer is in that as well, but I know that they said that the dance team seniors will be recognized as well. That'll happen between the ball games tonight, so stay right here on Spring Hill Sports Live between the games tonight, and we will have that senior night recognition for you as well. All right, starting lineups, opening throw-in. That's coming up next. You've been watching the Comfort Designs pregame show for Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And welcome back in live to Spring Hill High School. It's time for your starting lineups. They are brought to you by Perfect Details Salon at 516 North Webster in Spring Hill. The Broncos will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Perfect Details Salon, where they're devoted to making clients flawless from head to toe. Make an appointment online at salonperfectdetails.com or by calling 913-592-5022. So here we go, your starting lineups tonight for the DeSoto Wildcats, who enter play 5 and 6. Number 3, a sophomore, Matt Carson, 4.5 points per game. Number 11, a 5'7" senior, Katie Waite, second leading scorer at 7 points per game. Sadie Carver, number 23, averages 5 points per night. Macy Carver, a junior, number 32, at 2 points per game. And their star, a 5'11" senior, number 33, Caitlin Ostronic, who is averaging 14 points per game. A first-team All-League player last year, Ryan Roby, the head coach of the Wildcats. For the Spring Hill Broncos tonight, first time this year that the starting lineup has changed. It is senior night, so Julia Hess gets the start tonight. The 5'6" senior wears number 4 for the Broncos. Hess averaging 2 points per game. She is joined in that starting lineup by the usual suspects. Kate Milroy, a 5'1", Kate Milroy, 5'1" junior, who is averaging 5 points and a team-high 4.5 assists per game. Emily Dowd, another one of those seniors, a 5'5" senior, number 10, averaging 3.5 points per game. Allie Frank, 6-foot senior, team-high 19.5 points and a team-best 10.5 rebounds per game, with the honorable mention All-State performer last year. And Meredith Todd, a 5'7" senior, number 25, their third leading scorer at 7 points per game. So all 4 seniors on this year's team in the starting lineup, along with 5'1" junior Kate Milroy. The head coach is Clay Freegon, and we are underway here in Spring Hill tonight. The opening throw-in was brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness, your local community gym. Spring Hill Fitness is dedicated to making a friendly, clean, judgment-free environment open 24/7. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-686-2027. This is Carson from the corner for DeSoto, and that's a great start for the Wildcats. An opening possession 3 by Matt Carson. And now Spring Hill will go to work for the first time against a pressure zone defense here, a matchup zone from DeSoto. This is Dowd, who fumbles on the catch, gives it off to Todd, who is leading the team this year from beyond the arc with 15 made threes, and she is hit on the hip. A blocking foul is called on Macy Carver. Milroy will inbound for the Broncos. Up top to Hess, gets her first start of the season here tonight. And travels. So DeSoto with the ball, up 3 after a Matt Carson 3 on their opening possession. This is Ostronic. She's their top player, and she drives all the way to the basket and gets the lay-in. It's a 5-0 start for DeSoto. Really extend that top of the zone. Katie Waite is up there on the top along with Carson, and that's Carson who again forces the turnover against Hess. Carson all the way in for another lay-in. A very quick start for DeSoto. They've had it 3 times. They've scored all 3 times, and they've forced a pair of turnovers down here in 2 Spring Hill possessions. Not the start that Clay Fregon needed out of his group. Digging an early hole. Todd tried to take a bit off of that, but it's well short off the hand of Carver, and it'll stay with Spring Hill. And that will bring Jenna Weber into the game, who normally starts for this Spring Hill team. She had started all 10 games, but gave way to the senior Hess on senior night. And now Weber, a 5'8" sophomore who's second on the team in scoring, rebounding, and assists, checks in for Spring Hill. Milroy, a lob inside to Frank. Some contact there, and I'm just going to call it. No, they did get a foul down here on the near side. The official right underneath the bus does call it a foul on Carver, and that is her second already. So Macy Carver will check out. In comes Haley Henderson. Henderson, the 3rd leading scorer on this DeSoto team, coming off of the bench. Catch and shoot 3 for Todd on the inbound pass. Long rebound, tracked down by Carson, who's already got 5 points for DeSoto. Got in some trouble there, though. Ran out of room as she was headed to the basket. Flipped it back into no man's land, and it's the first turnover for DeSoto tonight. Again, Milroy lobs it inside to Frank, and she's knocked to the floor. Ostronic and Carver both there defensively. Spring Hill is secretly hoping they call this on Ostronic, but I think they're going to call it on Carver. Yep, they called it on Sadie Carver this time. Macy Carver's already got 2 fouls. Now Sadie Carver's got 1 as well. So here's Allie Frank at the free throw line. She's been excellent there this year, 84%, top mark on the team. Brooke Powell checking in for Spring Hill, and Kaylee Oakes also joins her in the Bronco lineup. Both Powell and Oakes coming off games they set career highs in assists. Powell had a half dozen assists in the win against Wellsville, and Oakes added 4. Those two combining for 10 of the team's 19. Their season high in a game. So the pair of free throws by Allie Frank gets Spring Hill on the board. But the Broncos still down 5, and now some numbers for DeSoto. Carver struggled picking the ball up. Looked like she couldn't get the handle to make the pass out to Waite. And that little hesitation allowed Frank to recover and get the steal. Powell over to Weber. Extra pass into the corner. Milroy can't connect on the 3. And it ends up in the hands of Allie Frank. It fumbled through multiple players' hands before Frank gathered it right underneath the basket for an easy bucket. Well, Allie will smile about that one. That was a welcomed gift right underneath the hoop for her. Good ball movement here by DeSoto. Katie Waite from the corner has it spin around the cylinder. And it's another Allie Frank rebound who pulls down 10.5 per game. Weber's runner missed short. Looked like she might have gotten fouled, but no whistle on it. Oakes able to come up with it, keep the possession alive. Now Frank steps out for a long 2. Rebounded by Carver, and she'll head the other way for DeSoto. Out of the wing, Henderson, way short on the attempt. Out of bounds off of Powell. It stays with DeSoto, and they will go back to their bench. Addison Tower checking in. A freshman into the lineup here for DeSoto. 4.5 to play in the quarter. 7-4. Wildcats on top here on the road. Ostronic barrels into Milroy. Blocking foul called on Kate. First foul against the Broncos. DeSoto 4-2 this year on the road, just 1-4 at home, so they have been a good road team. Played a bunch of close games this year as Ostronic at the line knocks down the first. Broncos down 4. Oaks inside. Up to Frank. One extra pass out to Milroy, who knocks down a 3. A good ball movement early on here by Spring Hill. They're getting some good looks. Finally knock one down from the outside. Milroy is 6th three-pointer made this year. Well, lefty fired it in there to make it a 1-point game. Lob into Ostronic. Milroy right there to tie her up. Jump ball, and that'll get the ball back for Spring Hill. Meredith Todd returns for the Broncos. Ivy Houts checks in for the first time for DeSoto. 3:54 left in the first quarters. We're just underneath the midway point of this period, and Spring Hill has a chance to take their first lead of the ball game this time down. Powell doubled, nearly tripled now. Milroy all the way in, floats it through. So Spring Hill does take their first lead of the contest, 9-8 on a second straight bucket from Kate Milroy. Tower gives it up top now into the corner. Waite. Back to Houts and around to Tower. Ostronic wants it on the block with Allie Frank fronting her, doing a good job down there on Ostronic. She comes out to set the screen for Waite. Nothing there on the pick and roll. They do finally get it into Ostronic, and I think they're going to call it for travel. They will. That is the 4th turnover already on DeSoto. Great defensive possession there. Allie Frank doing an excellent job inside on Ostronic. In comes Emily Dowd for Spring Hill. She returns for Brooke Powell. 2:57 left to play in the first quarter. 9-8 Spring Hill on top for the first time. After a 7-0 run to start this game by DeSoto, it's been a 9-1 return for Spring Hill. Deflected out. Broncos maintain possession with 2:44 left in the quarter. Todd double teamed. Weber angles in, floats it off the front iron. Frank on a putback try, can't get the roll. And Ostronic clears it for DeSoto. Towers sails that one over the head of Houts. And they're halfway to a double-digit turnover quarter already for DeSoto. Sadie Carver back in for DeSoto. Wildcats lost one of their starters, Macy Carver, in the opening minutes of this first quarter with a pair of fouls. They were up 7-0 to start this game, but Spring Hill has had a nice answer, and now the Broncos lead at 9-8. Milroy's lob for Frank deflected out to Todd, and that's rejected out of bounds by Waite. This DeSoto team, they're pretty lengthy. They get their hands in the passing lane well. They're very active on this defensive end of the floor. You've seen multiple deflections. Fortunately, Spring Hill's had several of those deflections end up out of bounds, but they're not making it easy. Another deflection, and it's a steal this time by Haley Henderson. Good hustle back by Milroy, though. Comes back out to Carver. Three-pointer off the mark, and it's rebounded by Todd. Great play by Kate Milroy. The hustle, not just surrendering the points after the turnover. Backdoor lob for Weber, catches on the baseline. She's double teamed quickly. Can't have the ball stick in a game like this with the intensity that DeSoto's playing with. They love to run those traps. If that ball sticks for any bit of time, you're in trouble. Ostronic on a steal. Spins her way into the paint, trying to kiss it off the glass with some English, but couldn't spin it through. Frank the rebound, and now Frank running the floor. Dowd gets it down on the block, comes back up. Milroy, and she's unable to come up with it as it's stolen back by Henderson. Foul on Spring Hill. So both teams have now turned it over 5 times in the opening 7 minutes of this game. Brooke Powell back in for Spring Hill. For DeSoto, re-entering is Mac Carson. (9-8). They called that foul, by the way, on Milroy, so that is her second. But Kate stays in the ball game. Needs to play smart this final minute. Spring Hill doesn't want their point guard on the bench with 3 fouls already here in the first quarter. Good news, it looks like DeSoto is going to dribble out this final 40 seconds, so Milroy won't have to potentially defend multiple possessions. 7-0 run to start this game by DeSoto. They have not made a field goal in 6 minutes now, though. 6:36, the last shot they made from the field. One Caitlin Ostronic free throw since then is all. They were trying to go into Ostronic there, and they turn it over again. Still plenty of time for Spring Hill now to try to get the final look. Powell, 15-footer. Weber, offensive rebound, blocked by Ostronic. 3 seconds left. Ostronic steps into a three-pointer and drains it at the buzzer. So the block shot on the one end results directly into a 3 on the other for Caitlin Ostronic, and she gives DeSoto a 2-point lead through 1 here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Lenses and frame. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020. When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
11-9, DeSoto on top of Spring Hill as we start the second quarter tonight on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. Caitlin Ostronic with 6 points in that first quarter for DeSoto, including a big 3 at the buzzer. 2 lead changes, no ties in that first quarter, and the Wildcats open up the second quarter with another 3. That's their third three-pointer here in the first half. And it's now a 14-9 lead for DeSoto. Their points coming in spurts. They scored 7 points in the first 90 seconds. Now after another turnover, that rolls out. Man, it didn't go for weight. But they scored those first 7 points in a minute and a half, and now they've gotten back-to-back threes at about 30 seconds worth of game time. Milroy gets 2 back for Spring Hill. She's off to a good start on the offensive end. That's 7 points now for Milroy. It matches the total she had in that game against Wellsville on Saturday, which was the most she had had since the Lansing game, second game of the year. Drive by and scoop and score for Sadie Carver. 16-11 DeSoto. Down on the skip pass. Baseline jumper misses. Ostronic the rebound. Tower, the freshman, hit a 3 already here in this second quarter. That one missed strong, but Matt Carson keeps it alive for DeSoto. Ostronic on the drive. Draws the foul and will earn a trip to the line for 2 free throws. Third foul against Spring Hill. It's the first on Allie Frank. Ostronic 1 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. 6 points, 3 rebounds already for the first team All UKC performer last year. Back in for Spring Hill, Julia Hess. Got her first start of the season tonight. She returns for the first time since coming out. Henderson returns for DeSoto. 1 out of 2 for Ostronic. 6-point lead for DeSoto. Full court pressure on the Broncos. They break it easily. Now Hess with Waite coming to double team her on the sideline. Tough spot. Got rid of it. And they're going to get a timeout over here. Clay Fregon uses a timeout with 6:14 remaining in the first half. A 17-11 DeSoto lead on top of Spring Hill. Good chance to remind you, if you see a highlight play happen and you want to see it again, don't worry, Bronco fans. You can get that game highlight link sent right to your phone. Text SHHS to 816-406-0051. When the big play happens, Spring Hill Sports Live and EZ Relic give you the chance to capture every big moment from every game. Text SHHS to 816-406-0051. Get free video highlights sent directly to your phone. Little link, you can go and share that to friends and family. Grandma probably wants to see it if she's not watching live. Hi, Grandma. Learn more, go to springhillsportslive.com/EZ. (17-11) DeSoto on top of Spring Hill. Just underway second quarter. Milroy, lob inside for Frank. Caught it real deep. And Ostronic with the block shot again. Going to be a tough spot to score from anyway. There's that pass in by Milroy. Took Frank almost underneath of the backboard. Towers on the back door to Carson. And looks like Weber got a piece of that one, but Waite comes up with it for DeSoto, and the Wildcats will reset. DeSoto trying to find a way to penetrate through this zone defense of Spring Hill. They do get it to high post now to Waite. Back into the corner for Henderson, and Milroy can't quite get there. Through the hands finally of Henderson and out of bounds, a turnover. Macy Carver coming back in for DeSoto. She picked up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, went to the bench, and now comes back for the first time. Meredith Todd returns for Spring Hill. They got Meredith a couple of early looks from 3 and wasn't able to hit either of them. She's their top 3-point shooter, so after a little rest on the bench, let's see if they can maybe get her another early look, get some confidence rolling. Instead, it's Weber. And back comes Waite for DeSoto. Here's Carver. Playing with 2 fouls. Waite back up top. 3-pointer on the way from Carson. And Carson takes a shot to the hip, hits the floor hard. It'll be the second foul on Allie Frank. 4th team foul. Well, Brooke Powell checks back in for Spring Hill, and Frank will head to the bench for the first time. Ivy Houts and Sadie Carver check back in for DeSoto. Waite on the inbound 3, and a foul committed by DeSoto's Ivy Houts. And she went through the body of Todd, attempting the rebound. 4.5 to play here in the second quarter with 17-11. DeSoto leads. Spring Hill just 1 bucket so far in this quarter. So just 1 field goal, 2 points only for Spring Hill in the last 7 minutes of this game. Going back to the 3.5-minute mark of quarter number 1. At the time, they led 9-8. Push called against DeSoto, and that is on Carver, so she doesn't last long in the game after, I checked that. It was 23, not 32. I had it backwards. It's the second instead on Sadie Carver, so both Sadie and Macy Carver with 2 fouls apiece. She comes out of the game, and back in for DeSoto comes Towers. Dowd tied up, jump ball. It will stay with Spring Hill. Milroy's got the ball. She's got 7 to lead the way tonight for Spring Hill. Now it's Dowd on the drive, lost it. Stolen by Ostronic. She starts the break out to Tower. Houts back to Ostronic, who drills another 3. 10 points from Ostronic. That big 3 she hit to close out the first quarter gave the momentum to DeSoto, and they have taken off with it here in this second quarter, outscoring Spring Hill 9-2 in the period. And it's now a 9-point lead for DeSoto. Todd underneath from Milroy, and a foul called with Ostronic and Houts both there. Ostronic tried to block the shot from behind, but they are going to call it on her. So that is the first on Ostronic, 6th team foul with 3:20 left in the half. And it puts Meredith Todd at the line for 2 shots. 78% free throw shooter on the year, misses the first. Allie Frank, quick breather, she's back in along with Kaylee Oakes. First point tonight from Meredith. 20-12. 3:20 left to play in the half. That's a double dribble on Ostronic. Three minutes left in the half. Spring Hill, the ball down 8. Oakes into the corner, open is Weber. Skip to the cross for Todd. Three-pointer rims in and out. Ryan Roby tells Katie Waite to slow it down, no rush. DeSoto up by 8, 2.5 to play in the second quarter. And now Roby will use a timeout with 2:35 left to play in the half. Each team has had to use a timeout to avoid a turnover here in this first half. Coming up here in a couple of minutes, the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime shows. We are in game 1 of our doubleheader tonight. We'll have the boys varsity game to follow. In between games, it'll be senior night recognition. The 4 seniors here on this girls basketball team for Spring Hill: Emily Dowd, Allie Frank, Julia Hess, and Meredith Todd. Boys squad, they've got 7 seniors on their team. They'll also recognize the 4 seniors that are on the Spring Hill dance team. We'll carry that for you live here on Spring Hill Sports Live between the games. Caden will be all over it on the camera work over there, right?
Yeah.
2.5 to go in the second quarter. DeSoto the ball up by 8. Waite into Ostronic, now back to Waite. Freshman Tower, who's knocked out a 3, sends it over to Ostronic, who's hit twice from downtown. Ostronic has it knocked away by Frank. Allie That's a tough matchup right now. She's got 2 fouls, remember. So with 2:15 left in the half, you do not want Allie picking up a third, but she's your best option to try to slow down Caitlin Ostronic, and that is a tough matchup right now. Tower straight away. But that's why you want Frank in there. She's now pulled down 5 boards for Spring Hill. Weber trims 3 off that lead. Averaged 7.5 points per game during the Top Gun tournament down in Wellsville. Her first bucket tonight makes it a 5-point game with under 2 to go in the half. Wait, lob inside, Ostronic able to finish. A dozen points now from Caitlin Ostronic. And the flex off of Waite and then off of Todd and out of bounds over to DeSoto. Matt Carson back in for DeSoto, and Brooke Powell returns for Spring Hill. 1:25 left in the half and a 7-point Wildcats lead. No ties, 2 lead changes in this first half. The Broncos lead was only 1. DeSoto's led by as many as 9. Ostronic had Frank posted way up high on the elbow. And they're going to call Powell for a travel here. So that's interesting. I thought Powell was already on the floor when she gained possession of that basketball. Didn't roll over or anything, but she's called for the travel nonetheless. So that means both teams will get credited with a turnover there, a steal and then a travel. And now another turnover almost. Who's they going to call it? It will be Spring Hill ball as a push is called on Addison Tower after the steal by Milroy. And so that will put Milroy actually at the free throw line, as that's the 17th foul against DeSoto. So Milroy will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Macy Carver comes back in for DeSoto. 1:08 left in the half. And Milroy only 42% this year at the line, 5 out of 12. Oakes will check in before she gets a chance to shoot that free throw. She'll replace Frank. Seven-point first half for Milroy. Can't buy the free throw, though. Off the hand of Weber, it's back to DeSoto with a 7-point lead and 1:06 to play in the half. Milroy just 2 points shy of her season high here in the first half. But the Broncos down 7. They haven't gotten the scoring here in this first half out of Allie Frank that they're accustomed to. Just 4 points for the Broncos star, and there is a travel called on Carver. That's 11 first half turnovers from DeSoto. But the Wildcats, despite that, lead by 7, under a minute left in the half. Good hustle there by Powell, keeps it alive for Spring Hill. Milroy, nice touch on the lob into Oakes. Todd on the runner through the paint. Ostronic, who's had a nice first half, a dozen points. That was her 4th rebound. And with under 30 seconds left in the half, DeSoto wants to hold for the final shot. They've got a 7-point lead. Katie Waite will start it with 10 seconds left in the half. Maybe it was a travel. Now 3 seconds. And at this time they got it with 1.6. All right, who can heave it the furthest? You got 1.6 seconds here. Something quick. Oakes will throw it in. Into Weber, knocked right back out of bounds, and now you're down to 0.9 seconds, but you're a little closer.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot. Weber from half court, and we have reached the half. 22-15, DeSoto on top of Spring Hill. Coming up, the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to Cool Crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup. Locally owned and operated and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
Welcome into the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected. I had to get the sheet turned over to read it there. I've said it enough, you'd think I'd just memorize them, but let's do that again. The halftime show brought to you by Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. All right, let's take a look at this first half as we are at the half and a 22-15 DeSoto lead on top of Spring Hill. A look back at our Eye on the Game brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source. The game started out hot for DeSoto. They scored on their first 3 possessions of the game. They led 7-0 a minute and a half into the contest, but then Spring Hill had a nice answer. They responded over the next 3 minutes, outscoring DeSoto 9-1. And the Broncos took their first lead and only lead of the game at 9-8. That would last for about 3.5 minutes, all the way until the final play of the first quarter, when DeSoto's Caitlin Ostronic hit one of her 2 first-half three-pointers at the buzzer to end the first quarter, made it 11-9 DeSoto going into the second quarter. The Wildcats came out, knocked down a three-pointer on their opening possession then of the second quarter to quickly build the lead back up to 2 possessions. It would get as big as 9 at 22-11 when Spring Hill went through a 6-minute, make that now almost an 8-minute scoring drought with only one bucket in that 8 minutes. From the 3:28 mark of the first quarter to the 3:20 mark of the second quarter, they made just one shot, and DeSoto went from down 1 to up 9 during that span. Spring Hill was able to get a free throw from Todd and a three-pointer by Weber in the final 3.5 of the half to get back to 5 before a late DeSoto bucket. One of the 4 made shots in 12 points from Caitlin Ostronic there in that final 90 seconds to make it 22-15 here at the half. No ties to lead changes, 7-point DeSoto lead. We'll check the numbers for you when we come back here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. That look back at the Eye on the Game brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with White Cell Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020 and be sure to ask about the 2020 rule.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When a team comes together, they deliver victory. When the team at Gambino's in Spring Hill comes together, they deliver delicious pizzas and so much more. Family owned and operated, Gambino's has all the ingredients of a great team, including, well, their ingredients. The freshest, perfectly prepared pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, salads, appetizers, and more. To feed your home team, call Gambino's at 913-686-4424 or visit Gambino'sPizza.com. Delivering the winning taste to Spring Hill. Gambino's. You're gonna love it. Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Take a look at some of the numbers here at the half. It's on the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. DeSoto leading Spring Hill 22-15. Rebounds are even right now, 10 apiece. DeSoto with 4 assists on 8 field goals. Spring Hill 3 assists on 5 field goals. The Wildcats turned it over 12 times. Spring Hill had 9 first half turnovers. 4 3-pointers for DeSoto, a couple of them for Spring Hill. The Wildcats 2 out of 4 at the line. Spring Hill 3 out of 5. The DeSoto Wildcats got a good first half from their star, Caitlin Ostronic, 12 points, 4 rebounds, leading the team in both categories. Katie Waite with a team-high 3 assists. 3 points from Addison Tower, 5 from Mac Carson, and 2 from Sadie Carver. For Spring Hill, Allie Frank, quiet first half, just 4 points for Allie. She averages 19.5 per game. She's been in double figures every game this year with 3 of them over 20, but just 4 first half points. She did have a team high 5 rebounds. Kate Milroy led the team in scoring in that first half with 7, just 2 shy of a season high for Milroy. Jenna Weber with 3, and Meredith Todd with 1 point here at the half, and nobody with more than 1 assist for Spring Hill. And again, the leading rebounder is Allie Frank with 5 boards. 22-17, DeSoto on top of Spring Hill. We start the second half next. You're watching Bronco basketball, and you've been watching the Michael Graham Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos! When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Along with Caden Carbajo, I'm Bryce Kessler. We are back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. As we start the second half, DeSoto on top of Spring Hill, 22-15. Low-scoring first half for the Broncos. Just 9 first-quarter points and only 6 points in the second quarter. DeSoto had 11 points in each of the first 2 quarters of this game. Spring Hill averages 53 points per game. They're going to have to work to get there tonight. Allie Frank, Meredith Todd, Kate Milroy, Jenna Weber, and Emily Dow, the 5 to start the second half for Spring Hill. Katie Waite, Macy Carver, Sadie Carver, Caitlin Ostronic, who's got the ball here, and Mac Carson, the 5 out there for DeSoto. This is Carver on the drive, looking backside for Waite and throws it out of bounds. So they had 12 turnovers in the first half. That's a high number for DeSoto, and there's already their 13th, but they have forced 9 back the other way, so they've kind of evened some of that out, and they have held Spring Hill's top scorer, Allie Frank, to just 4 points so far in this game. Allie does have a pair of fouls charged to her as well, as Ostronic knocks that pass out of bounds. Frank's playing with 2, both Sadie and Macy Carver, 23 and 32 for DeSoto. They've each got 2 fouls as well. And Kate Milroy for the Broncos, who's inbounding here, she's got 2. This is Dowd from the corner. Offensive board by Weber. Knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. Spring Hill now a +1 on the glass in this game. They come in averaging a +6 rebounding margin per game. They've been a really good rebounding team this year. And there's Meredith Todd from the outside, so they would love to see a few more of those. Her team leading 16th three-pointer of the year. And it's a 4-point game after that 3-ball by Meredith. DeSoto gets the answer, though, as Mac Carson knocks down her second tray. That's 5 from downtown, now from DeSoto. Spring Hill opponents averaging just 4 made threes against them this year per game, but DeSoto has shot the ball well from the outside. And how about Kate Milroy? That's a new season high, 10 points from Milroy. She is the top scorer in this ball game for Spring Hill, and it's right back down to 4 now. What will DeSoto have for the answer this time? Inside to Ostronic. Jump ball is called as Milroy was able to come across and get a hold of it just long enough to tie up Ostronic and force the 14th turnover out of DeSoto. 4-point game with 6:25 left third quarter. Spring Hill has already hit 2 threes in this second half. They hit 2 all the first half. Both Milroy and Meredith Todd have knocked down a tray here in this half. Frank from the baseline. Carver doubled. And Macy Carver drags the pivot foot. Spring Hill at some point, they've got to start taking advantage of all these turnovers that are piling up for DeSoto. How about Dowd? Count another 3 on the board for Spring Hill. So 3 different girls have knocked down a 3-pointer here in this third quarter for Spring Hill. And their 7-point deficit is down to just 1. Count the basket and a foul. Matt Carson has a 3-point opportunity coming up. She's now got 10 in this ball game, 1 shy of her season high. As Emily Dowd is called for her first foul. Brooke Powell and Kaylee Oakes check in for the Broncos. And Spring Hill in, 2.5 minutes here in this second half already has matched their biggest output in a quarter tonight. Carson caps off the 3-point play. She has matched her season high now with 11 points. And it's a 4-point lead for DeSoto. Brooke Powell just inside of the 3-point line. Ostronic with another rebound. Got 6 of them to go along with 12 points. Off the mark on what would have been her third three. Weber the rebound. Good ball movement sets up Jenna Weber for 3. And out of bounds off of Frank. Off of the bench for DeSoto, Addison Tower, and Haley Henderson. 4:46 left third quarter, 28-24 DeSoto. Some full court pressure here by Spring Hill. Close to a travel there on the pass to Tower. She kind of hopped a little bit, it looked like. They put the ball down on the floor then, and I think that dribble, albeit maybe late, saved her. Henderson just switched the pivot foot to it, looked like. Now it's Katie Waite on the baseline drive. Fires out to Carson. Three-pointer from Carson. Ostronic, putback missed. Ostronic again. Second time's the charm for her, and a three-point chance. And it's the third foul on Allie Frank. Frustrating night for Allie. Just 4 points, now 3 fouls. And with 4 minutes to go, Spring Hill is down by 7 here in the third quarter. Frank last year dominated DeSoto, 19 points and 17 rebounds in their game against the Wildcats, but it has been a different story tonight. Weber on the drive, the floater from the baseline is too strong, and Brooke Powell is called for a push after the rebound by Carson. That'll be Brooks' first foul, and the team's third. Sadie Carver in for DeSoto. Todd and Hess check back in for Spring Hill. DeSoto basketball with a 7-point lead, 3:40 left third quarter. DeSoto led by 2 after 1. They led by 7 at the half. Their largest lead tonight has been 9. Todd diving down on the floor, trying to get the ball back for the Broncos. Ends up out of bounds, but good effort. Deflected by Todd. Good series down there by Meredith Todd. Ends up forcing the turnover. Nearly had one earlier in the possession. Skip pass over to Todd. Powell able to find some space inside and count the basket for Brooke Powell. And she'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity. Haley Henderson called for the foul. First bucket for Brooke Powell. Let's see if she can cap it off at the line. Just 9 out of 20 this year at the free throw line. Three minutes left in the quarter. 5-point game. Should be no surprise these two teams playing a close contest against each other. They have pretty much played exclusively close games this year. Uh-oh. An injured player there is Sadie Carver. Looks like she rolled an ankle, non-contact injury there, and she's holding her right ankle. So the timeout is taken by DeSoto. Actually, the officials just stopped play for the injury timeout. So Carver helped off the floor. In comes Mac Carson. with 2:42 left to play here in the third quarter. As I was saying about the close games, Spring Hill's average margin of defeat in their 5 losses, 3.2 points per game. DeSoto, in their 6 losses, they have lost by an average of 4.3 points per game. Twice Spring Hill has lost by 1. Twice they've lost by 3. That's a 5-second violation called on Wade. Good job there defensively by Brooke Powell to force that turnover. For DeSoto, they have lost by one time. They've lost by 2, by 3 twice. By 3 once and by 4 once. And a couple of other single-digit losses. This is Milroy from straight on. That went off the hands of Spring Hill, so it will go over to DeSoto. Largest loss of the year for DeSoto, 8 points. Largest loss for Spring Hill, 8 points. So neither of these teams has been out of the game yet this year. They've either won it or been right in it down to the wire. And this one seems headed that way also. Dowd and Weber check back in for Spring Hill with 2:16 left in the third, a 5-point game. This game has not been outside of a single-digit spread so far. 1 point, the largest lead for Spring Hill. 9 points, the largest lead for DeSoto. Ostronic works inside the paint and is grabbed on the arm by Kaylee Oakes. The 2 shots coming up for Caitlin Ostronic. She is 3 out of 5 at the free throw line tonight. Leads all players with 15 points in this game. Just above her season average of 14 per night. Allie Frank checks back in for Spring Hill, and still certainly not too late to get Allie going. Just 4 points in this ball game. But now would be a good time to get 15 rolling. Grabs the rebound after the miss there by Ostronic. Allie, who averages 19.5 points per game out of the 53 the team scores. They were trying to go into her there, but Ostronic knew that also. She comes up with the steal. Milroy gets her hand on that pass, and it's another turnover back the other way. Milroy in some trouble on the sideline, gets rid of it out to Powell. Weber wants it on the wing, fires up a 3 from deep. Ends up trailing out of bounds, and it'll go back to DeSoto. In comes Macy Carver. DeSoto with the ball up 6. Katie Waite dished out 4 helpers so far tonight. Hadn't been much of a scoring threat. In fact, hasn't scored yet in this game. Their second leading scorer on the year, and now a turnover gives Milroy a chance for a breakaway and an easy lay-in. Milroy has tied her career high now with 12 points in this game. And with under a minute to go in the third quarter, Spring Hill's got the lead for DeSoto, back down to just 4 points. Timeout, DeSoto. With 49 seconds left in the third. A 30-second timeout taken by the Wildcats. So Spring Hill, despite the fact that they've been playing from behind all but about 3 minutes back in the first quarter, they have not allowed themselves to fall too far behind. They have, every time DeSoto gets that lead up there, that 7-8 point mark, Spring Hill will get a couple of stops, get a couple of buckets, and get it right back down there to around 4 or 5. And that's where they've got it right now. It will be DeSoto basketball, but if they can go into the fourth quarter right here down by that 4 or 5 margin, that will feel a lot better than being down 7 or 8. A big possession right here in this final 49 seconds to try to get them a stop. If you can score on the other end, great, but first and foremost, get a stop down here. Don't allow this deficit to be any more than 4 points. You can work with that. Katie Waite will inbound for DeSoto. They have forced 19 turnovers out of DeSoto in this game. And there's a 20th on a 3-second violation. I don't know if that one was so much a forced turnover, but it is a turnover nonetheless. And with 39 seconds, now it's Spring Hill ball down 4. So they got that stop we wanted. And now you put your sights on trying to get a bucket out of this possession as well. No need to rush, get a good one. Frank doubled. Had it knocked away, still loose. Dowd comes up with it, fires up a 3. Or a long 2, I guess. And, ooh, ow. Milroy landed right on that ball, right in her rib cage. That's going to be sore. And they say that Green touched it while they were out of bounds, so that means it's Spring Hill basketball with 15 seconds left in the quarter. And they turn it over on the inbound. Ostronic with a big steal, 10 seconds left. Ostronic wants it back on the wing, gets it, fires, and misses the 3. It's 32-28 DeSoto on top of Spring Hill as we go to the 4th here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start of the 4th quarter here in Spring Hill tonight on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. 32-28 DeSoto on top of Spring Hill. Two lead changes, no ties so far in this game. That all came back at the first quarter. Spring Hill led briefly by 1. DeSoto's led by as many as 9. They've got the lead by 4 as we start this final quarter. Carver, short, rebounded by Dowd. Back around to Todd. Meredith from just outside of the block missed. Dowd put back, blocked I guess by Carson. And then Carver fouled. 15 foul on the Broncos. They charge it to Emily Dowd, her second foul. Caitlin Ostronic gets the inbound. She's got 16 to lead the way for the Wildcats. The girl defending her, Allie Frank, normally a big-time scorer for Spring Hill. Just 4 points tonight from Frank. Yet Spring Hill still very much in this game, only down by 4, despite the lack of scoring from their top player. And part of that is due to the fact that the defense here on this side for Spring Hill has forced 20 turnovers out of DeSoto. A foot on the line for Tower, and a long 2 misfired. Todd the rebound for Spring Hill. Milroy now brings it back for the Broncos, down by 4. Immediate double team every time Frank touches it. Dowd after the skip by Weber hits the long 2. And it's a one-possession game, 32-30 with 6.5 to play. Katie Wade has it stripped out by Todd, then it went back off a weight out of bounds to Spring Hill. And DeSoto wants a timeout, so we'll take a break with 6:29 left in the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point game. DeSoto leading Spring Hill here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Attention to Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
.6:29 left to play in the ball game. It's a 2-point contest. DeSoto on top of Spring Hill, but Spring Hill's got the basketball. Broncos will have a chance to take the lead for the first time since early third quarter. I guess they had an opportunity. It was a 25-24 game. They had a moment then. But then DeSoto in the next possession, it looks like, went down and scored, so that really didn't last either. So here's their first good chance to take the lead back since they held a 9-8 lead back in the first quarter. Todd for the lead from the wing, missed it, but it's an offensive rebound by Weber, and she'll go to the free throw line. Won't have a chance to give them the lead there, but a chance to tie the game up after her 5th rebound of this game. Now to the line for the first time. Caitlin Ostronic called for the foul, her second. Just the second team foul of this second half. Ivy Houts back in along with Haley Henderson for DeSoto. Missed chance at the line as Weber goes 0 for 2, and it stays a 2-point game. 6 minutes to play. Backdoor cut into Tower, make that Carson rather, and she's fouled. So a couple of free throws coming up for the Wildcats now. Emily Dowd picks up her third. Carson has tied her season high tonight with 11 points for the Wildcats. And now with a dozen, has a new season high performance. 2 out of 2 at the free throw line after that make. So the Broncos still tie the game up here this time down. Todd lobs it inside to Frank. She has had to work extra hard tonight, and not much has come her way. A couple of offensive rebounds, though, sets up Dowd for a chance. Now Milroy with an offensive rebound. Todd saves it out to Weber. And a hand check called on Carson. So 2 Allie Frank offensive rebounds and a Kate Milroy offensive rebound keep this possession alive as Brooke Powell checks in, replacing Dowd with 5:35 to go. Well, let's see if a 4th chance to get a shot up will go for Spring Hill. Powell is fouled by Ostronic. That's her 3rd. So they just missed an opportunity at the free throw line last time down. And now it'll be Brooke Powell who will try to take advantage of the free throw line. 0 for 1 tonight at the stripe. And one of the DeSoto players, Haley Henderson, has blood. So they will stop play, and Henderson will check out. Back in comes Macy Carver. So now Powell will get a chance to shoot those free throws. 9 out of 21 of the year at the line. So nice job there. Powell gets them both. 1 point game, 5.5 to play. Neither of these teams have won a game decided by 3 points or less this year. Spring Hill 0-4, DeSoto 0-3 in such games. Something's got to give tonight. Here is the drive by Carson, and an offensive foul is called on Mac Carson as Allie Frank steps in to draw the charge. So once again, Spring Hill will have a chance to take the lead back. Down one with 5:17 to go. Milroy leads the Broncos with 12 points tonight. It's matched her career high. She brings it up. Trying to fill the gap left by the low scoring output from Frank tonight, thanks to some swarming DeSoto defense. Powell gets inside but can't finish. Katie Wade brings it back the other way for DeSoto. Offensive rebound for Houts. Trying to get it across to Ostronic. It was stolen by Milroy, and she's fouled in the backcourt. That's 5 team fouls against DeSoto. Let's see if the call is on. It is on Carson. That's her third. So Spring Hill with the ball again. 4.5 to play, down one. DeSoto's won 5 of the last 6 head-to-head, 3 straight against Spring Hill. 13 and 9-point wins in their 2 games they played last year. Todd from the corner. And DeSoto still clinging to that lead. But a travel is going to be called, I think, on Carver, yes. So Macy Carver got the rebound, but then had to go down to a knee. And she's called for the 24th turnover on DeSoto with 4:18 left in the fourth quarter. Todd again for the lead from the corner. Spring Hill just can't quite break through. Halfway home here in the fourth. 1 point game. Wait with the ball for DeSoto. Carver bounced it into nobody. It's stolen by by Milroy, who lobs it up to Frank, and there we go. That's the easy bucket that Frank needed. Her first point since the first quarter, and it gives Spring Hill the lead back at 34-33 with 3:43 left to play. Foul called on the Broncos. That will put DeSoto at the free throw line. In fact, both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way. It's called on Powell, her second personal. 7th team foul. Tower and Henderson back in for DeSoto. Hess and Dowd back in for Spring Hill. A 1-1 for Katie Waite. Has not scored in this ball game. Dished out a team high 4 assists though. And Spring Hill holds on to the lead after the missed free throw. Three and a half to play. Spring Hill up by 1. Hess has her runner blocked, and here comes Carson back the other way. Numbers for DeSoto. Carson chased down by Weber and fouled, but they'll make Carson at least earn the points at the free throw line. So there'll be 2 shots coming up for Mac Carson with 3:16 left. Just the first foul on Jenna Weber. 2 for 3 at the line is Carson. This game is now tied for the first time tonight. Kaylee Oakes and Meredith Todd check back in for Spring Hill. Ostronic with a big offensive rebound. Secures a double-double for Caitlin Ostronic tonight. But then a turnover. That is 26 turnovers now for DeSoto, yet they are tied with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And Spring Hill's only had 11, so it's not like It's been a turnover fest both ways. Spring Hill a plus 15 in the turnover margin right now, but yet not enough in a tie ball game with 3 minutes to go. Dowd, long two from the baseline, rattles home. So on a night when Allie Frank is going to have just 6 points, you're going to need some other girls to step up. Emily Dowd has tied her season high with 7. Milroy has tied her career high with 12. And that's a season high for Milroy. So some other girls stepping up here tonight for Spring Hill. And there is another turnover on DeSoto. And Ryan Roby will take a timeout with 2:33 to go. Spring Hill with the ball, up by 2 here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Allowing you to focus. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
.233 left to play fourth quarter. Spring Hill on top of DeSoto 36-34. Broncos leading for the first time since they were up 9-8 back in the first quarter. They took the lead on a layup by Allie Frank, only her third field goal, or make that only her second field goal of this game, and a couple of free throws is all. Just 6 points tonight for Frank. Her season low is 12. She's only halfway to a season low right now. But the Broncos took the lead on that layup by Frank. And they got another bucket from Emily Dowd, and they now lead by 2 with 2.5 minutes to go. Dowd to Frank. They leave her wide open. And it's Meredith Todd on an offensive rebound, but the putback won't go. Goes over to DeSoto. Todd, 4 points and a season-high 5 rebounds tonight. That would have been lovely to see that putback go down. Spring Hill still up by 2 with 2:16 to play. Just 2 points here in the fourth quarter for DeSoto. A couple of free throws is all the Wildcats have in this fourth quarter. They have not made a shot from the field. Ostronic, who's got 16 points, goes to work here and gets it back out to the perimeter. Now Wait. Trying to go inside to Ostronic, and Milroy steps in front for another steal. 28 turnovers for DeSoto in the game. Todd lobs into Frank, catches it deep on the block and gets the bucket. A 4-point lead for Spring Hill with 1:39 to go. A 10-2 advantage in this fourth quarter, and add another turnover to the tally on DeSoto. Weber and Powell back in for Spring Hill. 1:34 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Broncos now up by 4. And DeSoto just having it all unravel on them here in this fourth quarter. Haven't made a shot. They have turned it over 9 times alone here in the fourth quarter. Milroy sends it all the way up to Frank. Missed the layup, but Powell is there to put it back. 40-34 Spring Hill. Now this has been a true team effort tonight by Spring Hill. And they can hold on to win this game. There's going to be a lot that Clay Freegun is going to like about it, but Haley Henderson with a big shot for DeSoto, down by 6, and she cuts the deficit in half with 1:09 to go, and she knocks down a big three-pointer. Final timeout is used by DeSoto. 1:09 left in the fourth. You're watching Bronco basketball presented by Strode Orthodontics on Spring Hill Sports Live.
So, what is love? Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Big shot by Haley Henderson for DeSoto has made this a 3-point game with 1:09 to go. Henderson had scored double figures in 5 straight games entering play tonight. That was her first made shot of this one, but it was a big one. And it's Spring Hill ball with a 3-point lead, 1:09 to go. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but it's worth repeating. Spring Hill 0-4 this year in games decided by 3 points or less. DeSoto 0-3 in games decided by 3 points or less. Neither of them have lost by more than 8 in their combined 11 losses this year. They have played a ton of close games, and for the most part, those close games have gone against both these teams. Somebody's going to find a way to win a close game here tonight as Milroy is fouled by Mac Carson. That is her 4th. And it's the 7th team foul. So 1-1 for Kate Milroy. 0 for 1 tonight at the line. She's got a career high 12 points in this game. And she makes it a 4-point game with that free throw. Two big free throws from a 42% free throw shooter in Kate Milroy. And with a minute to go, Spring Hill leads it by 5. DeSoto out of timeouts. It's been a game filled with turnovers by the Wildcats, 29 to be exact. Ostronic has not gotten anything going yet in this 4th quarter, but she is able to get that bucket, her first points of the quarter. It's a 3-point game again, and a turnover committed by Spring Hill. Just their 12th of the game compared to 29 on the other side. But yet DeSoto's got it down 3, under a minute to go, and back to the line goes Carson as she's fouled by Weber. Second foul on Jenna Weber, and at the line is Mac Carson. She's 3 for 5 at the line of the game. Season high 13 points in this game for Carson. But a big miss there, and it stays a 3-point game as Emily Dowd checks back in for Spring Hill. One of 2 for Carson. Under a half minute to play, it's a 2-point ball game. Spring Hill does have plenty of timeouts. They're not going to need one here, though. It should be an easy bucket and a chance to make it 3 for Allie Frank. So they're able to calmly break the press and turn it into an easy bucket for Frank, who's now up to 10 points, 6 of them coming in this 4th quarter. At the line where she's 2 out of 2 in the ball game. Missed it, but it's still a 4-point game. 17 seconds left. Ostronic hits weight, misses from close range. Ball loose. Ostronic with 7 seconds fires for 3 off the front rim. Still loose. Now it's Carson in the corner. Tower will put it up. It won't matter. It's short. And Spring Hill comes from behind to win it. Big win tonight for the Broncos. 44-40. Spring Hill finally has a close game go their way. And they win this one to improve to 6-5 and drop the DeSoto Wildcats to 5-7. 44-40. Spring Hill over DeSoto. We'll take a timeout. Come back, get you all the post-game numbers from this one as well as the senior night recognition. That's coming up right after this. Broncos win it 44-40. More to come here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe. Next, we're going to honor the senior members of our girls basketball team. You've always. Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400. Or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
On the field, awesome. An awesome collision on the road, not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
That when it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome into the Shoemaker Collision Repair and Paint Center post-game show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, where they work with all insurance companies and can get you back more. Visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. An exciting win for the Spring Hill girls tonight, 44-40. They defeat DeSoto using their best quarter for the last quarter, scored a game-high 16 points in the fourth quarter and allowed a game-best 8 points only in that fourth quarter. And Spring Hill wins this one after just one tie and 3 lead changes. They never led by more than 6, but they win it by 4, 44-40. And it was a night of lots of contributions. Allie Frank held to a season-low 10 points in this game, but they needed some extra, and they got some extra from Kate Milroy. A career-high 14 points from Milroy, who dished out 5 assists as well. Emily Dowd tied her season high with 7 points. And Jenna Weber added 3, Meredith Todd added 4, and Brooke Powell scored 6 for the Broncos as they got lots of contributions on their way to the comeback victory. The defense was great. They forced 29 turnovers tonight out of DeSoto. The Wildcats were led by Caitlin Ostronic, who had 18 points and 11 rebounds. Mac Carson had a season-high 14 points. Katie Waite, though, did not score, their second leading scorer on the year. Did have 5 assists, but the Broncos held her scoreless, and they held Haley Henderson, who was their third leading scorer, to just 3 points, who had scored in double digits 5 consecutive games entering play tonight. Broncos win this one 44-40 for the girls. They are now 6-5, and they've won back-to-back ball games. They head into a Frontier League slate beginning with Piper on Thursday. Then next week they get Tonganoxie, Paola, and Lewisburg, a 3-game week for them. And then they will finish that out with Eudora, Bonner Springs, and Ottawa. Thursday night's game at Piper. Unfortunately, we will not be able to broadcast it. It's not our choice, but Piper not allowing us to be in the gymnasium to broadcast on Friday night. So because of that, we're not allowed to be there to bring you that contest, unfortunately. So I apologize, but Piper not allowing us to come and broadcast on Thursday when the Spring Hill girls will take on the Piper Pirates. They're not going to allow us in there to broadcast Friday either for the boys' games. So you won't have Caden and I for that game. You'll have to tune in to the NFHS broadcast for Piper, their broadcast, to catch the game on Thursday and Friday. Big win, though, tonight for the Broncos. The girls now 6-5 as they win this one 44-40 over DeSoto, snapping a 3-game losing streak against those DeSoto Wildcats. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you all set for the boys game. That starts next here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. This has been the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center girls post-game show. Back with the Comfort Designs boys pregame show next.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net. Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos! Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Welcome back inside the Comfort Designs pregame show as we get you set for the boys' game now. Brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. Look at our matchup brought to you by the Spring Hill Recreation Commission. It's yet another ranked opponent for Spring Hill. They have faced 5 ranked opponents this year. They've won 2 of those games, including last Friday when they knocked off 4A number 5 Lewisburg 58-53, a game they trailed by 6 at halftime, but used a big third quarter, a 10-0 run to start the fourth quarter, take the lead into the fourth quarter, and they held on late for their second victory over a ranked team this year. They also have a win over a ranked Paola squad. Ryan Weber, a career-high 19 points Friday night in that victory. Cooper Jones added 23, and the Broncos picked up a big 58-53 win, now 5-4 on the season. Meanwhile, DeSoto enters play now ranked number 5 in the 5A polls. They are 10-2, won 4 straight games, including last Friday's 53-44 victory over Paola. They are a team that has 2 guys playing some good basketball. And I shouldn't just say just 2 guys, but 2 guys that specifically stand out. Wyatt Knoll, he has become their star. He started the season super hot, 23.5 points per game over the first 6 games. He's cooled off a bit in the 6 games since, averaging 13.5 per game. And they have a matchup conundrum in 7-footer Nate Barnhart. Spring Hill did do a great job against him last year. It was helped by some foul trouble. Barnhart had just 5 points and 2 rebounds before eventually fouling out of that game. But an honorable mention All-State first team All-United United Kansas Conference senior Nate Barnhart, 7-footer, averaging 13 points per game this year. Knoll averaging 18.5 for the Wildcats. For Spring Hill, Cooper Jones has found success against pretty much everybody this year, averaging 19 points per game. He had 19 in the game last year against the Wildcats, a game that Spring Hill lost by 4. And Ryan Weber coming off arguably his best game as a Bronco, career-high 19 points, and he tied his season high with 7 rebounds and chipped in 4 assists as well, which tied his season high. So it was a big performance from Weber. They're going to need another one tonight as they try to knock off a 3rd-ranked team this year and back-to-back ranked opponents the Broncos are going to try to take down here on Spring Hill Sports Live. More of the Comfort Designs pregame show coming up. That look at the matchup brought to you by Spring Hill's Recreation Commission. The Spring Hill Rec Commission offers a wide range of activities for kids and adults. To see everything they offer, visit them online at springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214.
You better understand. Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup. Locally owned and operated and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Back in on the Comfort Designs pregame show, getting you set for our boys game tonight between the 5-4 Spring Hill Broncos and the 10-2 DeSoto Wildcats. Only 2 losses this year for DeSoto came both to Lansing. One of Spring Hill's 4 losses this year also to Lansing. A few keys to the game for the Broncos. Establish a plan against Barnhart early. They were able to do that last year. Held him to just 5 points and 2 rebounds. And he eventually fouled out of the game in the fourth quarter. They got him into some foul trouble. They were able to isolate some matchups they liked in that game last year. Spring Hill had a little more size last year than they did this year as well. So that leads to the next one. Be ready to battle on the glass. They're going to have to be ready to go up against a taller DeSoto team tonight and get on that glass. So Spring Hill for the year being out-rebounded by 5 rebounds per game. So they have had to battle with that size discrepancy in most games this year. Tonight, that's going to be an important one for them to finally take care of the basketball. Spring Hill now averaging less than 10 turnovers per game. I feel like if they can keep that number down there again in this one, down under 10, they'll like their chances to be in this ball game late with DeSoto as Spring Hill tries to pick up their 2nd-ranked win in as many nights and also their 3rd-ranked opponent victory of the year and what will be their 6th game now out of 12 against teams ranked in the KBCA top 10 of their respective class. It's Spring Hill and DeSoto coming up. You've been watching the Comfort Designs pregame show. Your starting lineups and opening throw-in are next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453. Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
All right, and welcome back inside here to Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. Hopefully, we've got some of the technical issues worked out here. I apologize for that as we are midway through this first quarter. And that 3 from the corner by Henderson off the mark, rebounded by Cooper Jones of Spring Hill. So it's been a furious start to this ball game, a 12-9 lead for DeSoto. I'll catch you up when we get a dead ball opportunity as the Broncos have it here, down by 3 points. Letillier up top and around to Weber. Cooper Jones, who's got 6 already for the Broncos, a couple of threes here in this first quarter. The other points have come 2 from John Mitchell at the free throw line, 1 from Ryan Weber at the free throw line. Tyler Schultz with the rebound on the miss there by Cooper Jones. Down here on this end, DeSoto, they have gotten their points mostly from their 2 big guns. Nate Barnhart with 5, Wyatt Knoll with 4. And the other 3 came from that man, Hayden Henderson, who misfires on that 3, though. He hit a tray earlier here in the quarter. Cooper Jones open in the corner, fires up a 3 to tie the game at 12. So we've had 2 ties, now 2 lead changes, or now 2 ties, also 2 lead changes in this first half, all knotted up at a dozen apiece. 3 3-pointers in this first quarter from Cooper Jones, and a hot start for the Broncos' top scorer, who averages 19 points per game. Evan Letillier picks up that foul. It's his first, and it's the team's second. Both teams have been called for 2 fouls so far in this one. Hayden Henderson goes to the free throw line. He's the 3rd leading scorer on the year for DeSoto, averages 6 points per game. Their top 3 scorers on the season, Barnhart, Knoll, and Henderson, have scored all 13 of their points so far. Luke Metcalf checks in for the Broncos. And in for DeSoto, Nathan Ogden. Now Henderson will check out. Also coming in, Dane Pretty. 14-12, DeSoto lead on top of Spring Hill. Barnhart, the big 7-footer there on the trap, gets it back after the turnover and hammers down the two-handed dunk. It's the second flush from Barnhart in this ball game. A 4-point lead and another Spring Hill turnover. Jones steps on the sideline, and it's back to DeSoto. So Barnhart last year against the Broncos was held to 5 points and 2 rebounds in what was a 4-point DeSoto win, 51-47. So they overcame the fact that they didn't get much out of their big guy. But so far, the 7-footer with 7 points, a rebound and an assist here in this one. He hit a 3 to open up the game, did Barnhart. So not only can he cause you troubles down low at that size, but he can step out and knock down the long shot as well. That ball thrown over his head and out of bounds. Well, Spring Hill takes over down 4 with 2:06 left in the quarter. Ryan Weber brings it across. He's coming off his best game of the year, set career highs in both scoring and rebounding, and matched a season high with 4 assists as well in the big win at Lewisburg. Here's Jamin Beck, the sophomore, who didn't play a whole lot prior to the Christmas break, but he has been a mainstay in the rotation since returning from the break. Powell rifles it inside to Ryan Weber, and he is double-teamed inside by Schultz and Barnhart. And Schultz comes up with it after the block shot, but he is stripped by Jamin Beck. So there you go. The sophomore making a play on the defensive end and laying it in on the other side. He's averaging 3.5 points per game this season for the Broncos. During their 3-game tournament here at Spring Hill, the Spring Hill Invitational, he had 22 points in those 3 games, and that was right after the break, or it wasn't technically right after the break, but it was their first games back after they had to quarantine coming back out of the break and missed 3 games, and that was a bit of a coming out party for Beck in his role. There's Barnhart with another slam. Already 3 dunks for Nate Barnhart in this first quarter, and it's 18-14 with 54 seconds left in the quarter. Metcalf fires up a 3 and knocks one down. It'd be really nice to get Luke Metcalf's confidence back up on the offensive side. A starter for the first 8 games of the year. He's come off the bench now tonight and last Friday night. That's an offensive foul away from the basketball against DeSoto. An illegal screen is called on Nathan Ogden, his first and the team's third. That'll bring John Mitchell and Evan Letillier back into the game. Wyatt Null checks back in, along with now Ethan Schultz for DeSoto as Nate Barnhart goes to the bench. 1-point game with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Metcalf up top, John Mitchell. And he might pull the trigger on one. It was wide open. Letillier might as well, but he'll pass on it also. 15 seconds left. And now Weber says, let's hold for the final shot. Letillier, Metcalf both set the screen for Weber. Gets inside the paint, stripped on the way up, and it's out of bounds with 2.5 seconds left. And Cooper Jones will come back in. And you can bet they're going to draw something up here to give Jones a chance to fire up a shot. He's hit 3 3-pointers in this first quarter already. Here he comes off that staggered screen into the corner. They bounce it inside instead. It's stolen away by Ogden, and we've reached the end of the quarter. 18-17, DeSoto on top by 1 after 1 here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
The The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Start of the second quarter here in Spring Hill tonight, 18-17. DeSoto, the fifth-ranked team in the 5A polls, on top of the Broncos by 1. Spring Hill looking to take down a ranked team for the third time this year and for the second straight ball game. Jones, Metcalf, Letillier, Beck, and Weber for the Broncos. That's Beck for 3 over top of Henderson. And Jamin Beck puts the Broncos back in front, 20-18. That's 5 off of the bench now for the sophomore guard. Knoll, Ogden, Schultz, Pretty, and Henderson, the 5 for DeSoto. This is Knoll inside, powerful move inside, and he's able to score his 6th point of the game. And Knoll makes it a tie ball game at 20 all. Foul up on the perimeter against DeSoto. It's the 4th foul against the Wildcats. It's called on Ethan Schultz, his first. Ryan Weber will inbound. Lob into Letillier. Metcalf flashes underneath, and it's stolen. Stepping in front to intercept it is Ogden. Knoll got a little half step on Letillier and is able to take advantage to put DeSoto back in front, 22-20. Metcalf open for 3. Broncos have already hit 5 threes in this game. It's back to Knoll, and this time it won't go for him, but he'll head to the free throw line. Averages 18.5 points per game for DeSoto, their top scorer on the year. Has been in double figures 11 of their 12 games with a season high of 36. Three-point DeSoto leads, 6.5 to go, second quarter. Letillier on the high post, back out to Weber, who has just 1 point so far tonight, coming off that career-high 19 against Lewisburg. Stripped away from Jones, it remains with Spring Hill. Nice fight inside to Letillier, who snuck past Knoll for the bucket. First hoop for Evan Letillier tonight. Knoll inside, missed it from close range, and they've got numbers now as Knoll was dropped down to the floor. Knoll recovers, it's back to even. Jones from the corner over top of Pretty off front iron. Henderson back the other way for DeSoto. Nobody on Ogden, good look, off right iron. Weber pushes up to Jones. He's fouled by Ogden. They're going to call the foul on the floor. It's his second, and it's the team's 5th. Barnhart checks back in along with Miller and Schultz for DeSoto. Cameron Crotchett checks in for the first time for Spring Hill, 6'2" junior. Jones able to drive this time, can't spin it in though, and it's Nate Barnhart on the rebound. Miller in the corner. Knoll on the backside, put back, rolls out again. He's missed a couple from close range now. And it's Jamin Beck who fights for the rebound. Metcalf fires it up to Jones, takes the long 2. Crotchet 1-on-3 down there with the offensive rebound, and then Jones has it blocked from behind by Knoll, ends up right into the hands of Crotchet though. So Spring Hill gets the lead back 24-23, already our 5th lead change of this game. Barnhart, Knoll, back outside Henderson. Barnhart can step out and shoot it, and he missed that 3. Long rebounded Jones and a chance to run. Cooper coast to coast on the left side, missed the layup. Miller, one-hand pass across the paint to a cutting Hayden Henderson for the bucket. And the lead back into the hands of DeSoto. Lost out of bounds to DeSoto. John Mitchell and Cody Powell check in. Mitchell got the start tonight for the 2nd straight game here on senior night. Cody Powell was the odd man out as the seniors. They've got 6 seniors on this varsity team. Powell, typically a starter. He has started 8 of their 9 games this year. But he gave way in the starting lineup tonight, gave his spot to fellow senior Landon Kaiser, who got his first start of the year. Backdoor alley-oop to Nate Barnhart. And Jackson Miller put it right on the money to him. That's 4 assists now from Miller. And Barnhart's already into double figures with 11. Powell, that's a tough 3 over top of the 7-footer running at you. Knoll brings it back, or clears it and gets it back up to Miller. That's deflected out by Crotchet. 3-point DeSoto lead. Has been a nice back and forth game so far. Neither team is led by more than 4 so far in this game. We've had 3 ties and 6 lead changes. They played a lot of close games over the last several years, and even more than several years, as the little floater is missed by Schultz, but somehow amongst all the traffic, he's the one who got it back, and Wyatt Knoll capitalizes on the second chance. So both Knoll and Barnhart in double figures here in this first half. They've each got 11. And DeSoto has their largest lead of the night at 5. Over the last 7 seasons, these two teams have played 6 games decided by 6 points or fewer. So not a rarity to see a close contest between Spring Hill and DeSoto. Last year's game decided by just 4 points, a 51-47 win for DeSoto. This game's going to be much higher scoring than that at this current pace. Barnhart left it short, but he got it back. Again missed, and finally cleared by Cooper Jones. Broncos down 5. They led earlier in this quarter by 2, and now they've turned it over. Jackson Miller lobs it up for Henderson, and that is now 5 assists by Miller. And the little run by DeSoto. It's an 8-0 run by the Wildcats, and it forces Spring Hill to take a timeout. 31-24, DeSoto on top of the Spring Hill Broncos, as we have a chance to, well, wait, there's confusion now about which coach called the timeout. They're going to say it was DeSoto, actually, that called the timeout. Both coaches were asking for a timeout, and the official, one official was saying Spring Hill timeout, the other official was saying DeSoto timeout, and they have charged it to DeSoto. So anyway, cleaning that up, but let's recap the first few minutes of this game. We weren't with you. Lost the feed for the first 4 minutes of this ball game. DeSoto jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead. Spring Hill answered right back with a 3 and went on a little spurt of their own to go up 8-5. And then DeSoto answered back with 7 straight to take a 12-8 lead. And that is when we joined you, when the game was 12-8. And shortly thereafter, Spring Hill got right back into it, tied this game back up at a dozen, and it's been back and forth ever since. Right now, 31-24 with 2:18 left to play in the first half. So it was a full timeout charge to DeSoto. And it's Spring Hill basketball now, looking for their second straight win over a number 5 ranked team. They beat 4A number 5 Lewisburg on Friday, and they get 5A number 5 DeSoto here tonight. Final non-league game for the Broncos, who are the only undefeated team left in the Frontier League. This is Powell for 3. Spring Hill will get 4-1 in the Frontier League and 7-5 overall. Piper coming up on Friday night to start a stretch of, I said final, I guess they do have one still scheduled with Metro Academy later on here in this month as Henderson is fouled. For the girls, they are no longer have anything scheduled outside of the league, but the boys still have one against Metro Academy scheduled, it looks like. Cody Powell is called for the foul. First personal, 4th team foul, and it puts Hayden Henderson at the line. But they'll get Piper, Tongi, Paola, and Lewisburg in their next 4 games. When you look at the Frontier League standings right now, Spring Hill at 3-0. Then you've got Tongi and Piper both at 4-1. Those are the next 2 games for Spring Hill. Then Lewisburg right after that at 4-3, and then Paola. So they are going to either stake their claim atop the Frontier League over the next week, or they're going to find themselves in a position of falling back to playing catch-up a little bit. But they've got a chance to really put a stranglehold on the rest of the league over the next week or so, and they get Piper, Tongi, Paola, and then Lewisburg. .131 left to play in the half. Spring Hill down 7. It'll be Weber to inbound deep in the baseline corner. Lobs it up top to Mitchell. Nearly got run over by Letillier and forced him to travel, but John able to keep his footing. Jones got off to a hot start, hit 3 triples back at the first quarter, but DeSoto has kept him off the board here in the second quarter. Letillier throws it out of bounds. Two big guns for DeSoto have both played that way tonight. Barnhart with 11, Nola with 11. Jackson Miller with 5 assists. He has distributed it well. And the Wildcats lead by 7 with a minute left in the half. Schultz on the drive, fouled by Mitchell. Tyler Schultz to the line. Second personal foul on Mitchell, 15th foul. Jamin Beck back in for Spring Hill. Broncos have not scored now in 4 minutes. And it's a 9-0 run by DeSoto during that stretch. Jones to end it with a 3, won't go for him though. Letillier and Metcalf kind of battling for that same rebound and ended up neither of them with it, and Knoll on the other end with the layup. An 11-0 run here to close out this first half by DeSoto, and the Wildcats now lead by 10. Beck's pass intercepted by Miller. He's been doing all the distributing tonight. Now he gets him his own bucket for the first time. And it's 36-24 Wildcats. Under 10 seconds left in the half. Weber can't shake the defenders. Got to get it up and does not in time. And the half ends on and he'll make that a 13-0 run to close out the half by DeSoto. And the Wildcats lead Spring Hill 36-24 at the break. Coming up, the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Welcome into the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. 36-24, DeSoto on top of Spring Hill after a 13-0 run to close out the first half of the final 4 minutes. Spring Hill led 24-23 prior to that run, but now the Broncos find themselves down a dozen in a first half that was very tightly contested. The 12-point gap here at the half doesn't really tell the story of what that first half really was. It was back and forth the entire way. Spring Hill led by as many as 3, and DeSoto, up until that late run, they had led by only as many as 4 as well. There were 3 ties and 6 lead changes through the first 12 minutes of the first half. But then over the final 4, it was all Wildcats, and they outscored Spring Hill 13-0 in the final 4 minutes, and now lead 36-24. That was a look at the eye of the game, brought to you by Weitzel Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with Weitzel Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020, and be sure to ask about the 2020 rule. Take a time out here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. I'll check all the first half numbers for you when we come back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. It is 36-24. DeSoto leads Spring Hill at the half.
When a team comes
is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When a team comes together, they deliver victory. When the team at Gambino's in Spring Hill comes together, they deliver delicious pizzas and so much more. Family owned and operated, Gambino's has all the ingredients of a great team, including, well, their ingredients. The freshest, perfectly prepared pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, salads, appetizers, and more. To feed your home team, call Gambino's at 913-686-4424 or visit Gambino'sPizza.com. Delivering the winning taste to Spring Hill. Gambino's. You're gonna love it. Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. 36-24. DeSoto leads Spring Hill at the half. Michael Grand's goal is to help you plan for the future and or plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. A look at the first half numbers for you. DeSoto with a 16-11 rebounding edge. The Wildcats really sharing the basketball well. 11 assists on 15 made field goals for DeSoto. Spring Hill 4 assists on 8 field goals. Broncos have knocked down 5 3-pointers. DeSoto has just 2, but DeSoto taking care of the ball, just 2 turnovers. Spring Hill, meanwhile, has turned it over 9 times in the ball game. Broncos 3 of 4 at the line. DeSoto 4 out of 8. The top 2 scorers on the year for DeSoto, both in double figures. 13 from Wyatt Knoll to lead all scorers, and 11 from Nate Barnhart. Barnhart also has 5 rebounds to lead the way for the Wildcats. Hayden Henderson, who is their 3rd leading scorer on the year, he's not far behind. He's got 9 points here at the half. 2 from Jackson Miller and 1 from Tyler Schultz. Miller has dished out a game-high 5 assists. For Spring Hill, their top scorer, Cooper Jones, he's got 9. That all came in the first quarter. He hit 3 3-pointers back in the first quarter for Spring Hill. Did not score, though, in a 7-point second quarter was all Spring Hill had in that second quarter when they went scoreless over the final 4:48 of the period. Jamin Beck with 5 points. John Mitchell, Cameron Crotchett, Evan Letillier each with 2. Luke Metcalf with 3, and Ryan Weber just 1 point tonight after he had a career-high 19 last Friday night. 36-24, that's our score at the half. DeSoto by a dozen. Spring Hill will look to close that gap and pull off the comeback victory over the number 5 Wildcats. When we come back, you've been watching the Michael Grand Farm Bureau of Financial Services halftime show. Second half starts next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Pinky Plumbing in Spring Hill is a proud supporter of Bronco Athletics. Keeping your plumbing system in good shape can do wonders for your property's value and lifespan. Get exceptional plumbing services when you hire the plumbing specialist at Pinky Plumbing. At Pinky Plumbing, they take pride in their work and guarantee the best plumbing services in the shortest time possible at the most reasonable price. To learn more, give them a call at 913-568-8201 or visit pinkyplumbing.com. Go Broncos! When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
Start of the second half at Spring Hill tonight. 36-24. DeSoto with the lead and the basketball as we begin the half. 3 ties, 6 lead changes in the first half, but it was all Wildcats over the final 4 minutes. A 13-0 run for DeSoto. Closed out the first half, but they start the second half with a turnover. Cooper Jones the steal, but the layup won't go. Just the 3rd turnover of the game for DeSoto, and they get away with it as Spring Hill is unable to capitalize, and now that'll be the 4th turnover against DeSoto, and an offensive foul called on Wyatt Knoll. That's his first foul, and that will give it back to Spring Hill with 7:31 left in the third quarter. So in 29 seconds, DeSoto has committed as many turnovers in that 29 seconds to start this second half as they did the entire 16 minutes of the first half. Let's see if Spring Hill could take advantage this time. Nearly gave it back themselves. Now Jones on the right wing has not scored since the first quarter. He had a great first quarter with 3 3-pointers, 9 points. Still the leading scorer for the Broncos, but a cold second quarter, as it was really for the entire team. Spring Hill scored just 7 points in that second quarter. They were outscored 18-7 in the second quarter. They get a much-needed 3-pointer there from Evan Letillier. Comes off with the third assist by Cody Powell. No inside miss from close range. Letillier clears. Jones off the dribble, pulls up and drills a 3. So it's back to a 6-point game as Spring Hill knocks down a pair of threes just seconds apart from one another. And they've cut the 12-point deficit in half. Schultz in trouble on the sideline. Jump ball is called. It's another turnover as Spring Hill takes over with 6:21 left in the third. Well, just what Westbrook needed from his guys to start this second half. Some stops on the defensive end, a few turnovers already forced. And to see the ball go in a couple of times, now they give it away. Jackson Miller, underhand feed to Schultz. He's fouled by Weber. Ryan picks up his first personal foul, the first team foul of the second half. Will put Tyler Schultz at the free throw line. Schultz 1 out of 2 at the line back at the first half. DeSoto was 50% in the first half, 4 out of 8. On an empty trip, and here comes the Broncos down by 6. Letillier and Jones have each knocked down threes here in this third quarter. Backdoor cut, Letillier to Jones, and it's swatted out by Barnhart. Jones thought he was fouled by Miller. It was kind of riding him underneath the basket there, but no whistle on it. Schultz denies the inbound pass, so they'll try it again from, I was going to say from the other side, but now the official waves Weber back onto the near side to inbound once again. Barnhart got a piece of that one, it looked like also. Wyatt Knoll brings it up, 13 to lead the way, and now a travel. DeSoto wanted a travel called back the other way there on Weber. It's kind of a similar looking thing that Knoll got called for. Letillier underneath. Yeah, not happening. Gets it back out. Jones will try instead, using that rim to help protect him from Barnhart. And that right there is when a shot blocker doesn't get credit for a block shot, but affects it nonetheless. Forcing Jones to make it a much more difficult layup than it needed to be, but he had no choice. If he had gone straight up, Barnhart would have swatted it. Now Miller knocks down a 3 in the corner. Nothing but threes so far scored in this second half. 2 of them from Spring Hill, that one for DeSoto. Jones will try to keep that trend going, but it's off front iron. Knoll back into the middle for Schultz. Rims out. Weber gets knocked to the floor. That'll be a foul on Schultz, his second. 4.5 to go, third quarter. Luke Metcalf will check in for the Broncos. It's a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter. And still a 1-point game with 4 minutes left in the first half before a 13-0 run by DeSoto closed out the half. They led by a dozen at the break. It's 9 right now. This is Weber on the right wing for Spring Hill. Back up top to Jones. Gives to Letillier, and Evan misfires on a 3. Around the horn to Barnhart in the corner. Metcalf on the rebound as it came right back at him. Mitchell's pass telegraphed inside. Took a long time to wrap that bounce pass in there, and Barnhart steals it for DeSoto. Miller, a lot of contact, a couple of extra steps, and in the end, they'll just say out of bounds. DeSoto basketball. Schultz, Pretty, and Ogden check in for DeSoto. Beck in for Spring Hill. 3:48 left in the third. And the official's going to step in here and try to clean up Weber and Barnhart. They're both leaning on each other in the line there before the inbound play. Not the easiest of assignments for Weber as he is being ticketed with trying to stay glued to Barnhart. Weber 6'2", Barnhart 7 foot. This is Henderson straight away. Check that make it Ogden. He wanted a foul called as Beck hit him on the hand. There was no call on it though. And it's out of bounds to Spring Hill. This is going to get interesting here. Both teams are getting a little bit disgruntled with their perceived lack of whistles right now. So let's see if either side has frustrations boil over at any point. Letillier can't get it. Man, that ball just hung up there. Wouldn't spin through though. Beck popped it out of the hands of Pretty. Got it back though. This is Ethan Schultz now in the corner. Rebounded by Metcalf. Chance to run for Spring Hill. Weber leaves it to the corner for Letillier. Nothing there, so they'll reset. Weber fires up a catch and shoot, but it's off front iron. Pretty on the board for DeSoto. Being rode up the floor by Letillier, and that is going to get called that time. It's the second on Letillier. Also the second team foul on Spring Hill as the Broncos go back to the bench for John Mitchell and Cameron Crotchett. Two and a half to play, third quarter, 9-point DeSoto lead. Well, the pace these two teams started out scoring, I thought we were ticketed for a ball game up in the 60s or more, but it has certainly slowed down since. DeSoto has just 3 points here in the second half. Spring Hill with 6. 2 threes made by the Broncos, 1 3 made by DeSoto, nothing more. Miller. And a strong rebound by Schultz. DeSoto, I don't know whether they're just trying to take a break, get a breather here, where they've gone to the four corners, and they're just going to hold the ball here with still 1:37 left in the third quarter. Mitchell nearly anticipated that pass back from Pretty for a steal. Couldn't quite get to it, though, and instead now it leads to a Miller three. Lead back up to a dozen as the two teams have traded a pair of threes, and now Luke Metcalf gives the edge back to Spring Hill here in the quarter. Final minute of the third quarter, 9-point DeSoto lead. And they're going to call a double foul on Barnhart and Weber. So I mentioned it earlier. Those two guys were kind of leaning on each other during an inbound play, and both just kind of pestering the other. And the official, in an attempt to try and put a stop to that, has now called a double foul on Barnhart and Weber. So it's the second on Barnhart. Or I checked that. It's the first on Barnhart, but it's the second on Weber. Barnhart will check out. Wyatt Knoll comes back in. Also back in comes Nathan Ogden, and Cooper Jones subs back in for Spring Hill, replacing Weber. 50 seconds left in this third quarter. A quarter filled with threes. 3 of them by Spring Hill, 2 of them by DeSoto. Nothing from inside the arc for either side. Kind of 30 seconds now left in this quarter. Knoll one-on-one on the clear out with Crotchet. Barreled into him, and an offensive foul called on Wyatt Knoll. That's the second time tonight he's been called for that little shove off. He's a strong young man, and the Spring Hill defenders absorbed the contact and have drawn charges twice now on Knoll. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Spring Hill down by 9. If they can hit another 3 and get this back to 6, that'd be all right. If you'd started the quarter and told Westbrook that his guys could cut that 12-point deficit in half by the time we started the fourth quarter, I bet you he'd take it. And Mitchell will have a chance at least for 2. He was fouled. Almost got that lay-in to go. They call the foul on Wyatt Knoll, so he just picked up the offensive foul on one end. Now comes and gets a defensive foul here. That is his third of the ball game. And John Mitchell at the line misses the first. The Broncos, that was their first free throw attempt since the first quarter. And they go empty. Crotchet knew the clock was low, trying to just save and throw it up. That'll send us the fourth, 42-33. DeSoto leads Spring Hill after 3 here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NAIC certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
One quarter to go, 42-33. DeSoto on top of Spring Hill. It's the Broncos with the basketball. Nice backdoor cut to Cooper Jones. Bounce pass feed from Metcalf for the lay-in. 14 tonight from Jones, and that is a good start to this fourth quarter for Spring Hill. The Broncos now down by 7. Trailed by a dozen at halftime. Had it back down to 6 briefly in the third. Nearly came up with a steal there. Miller on the drive. Kicks out to Henderson. DeSoto, who really took care of the ball well in the first half, had just 2 first-half turnovers. They had 5 of them in that third quarter. Metcalf for 3. Pretty on the rebound. Spring Hill has held DeSoto to just 6 points so far in this second half. A pair of 3-pointers for DeSoto. Both of them from Jackson Miller. That was after they scored 18 points in both the first and second quarters of this game, but just 6 in the third. Foul is called on the floor. There's a blocking foul against Evan Letillier. Nope, never mind. They called the reach first on John Mitchell. So that's his third. It's the team's fourth. Into Miller, who fires it down to Henderson. Back to Miller now, who's hit their only 2 shots in the second half. Letillier, half dozen rebounds after that one, and gets it back to Spring Hill. A chance to get this perhaps even down to a 4-point game if they can knock down a 3 again. That's been their go-to in this ball game. They've hit now 8 3-pointers in the game. Instead, though, they turn it over for the 12th time. Eight-4 advantage beyond the arc tonight for Spring Hill. Trying to pull off the upset of the number 5 ranked Wildcats. There's Weber and Barnhart battling again. Those two guys have been getting under each other's skin all night long. Weber gives him a pat on the backside as he heads to the bench. Good competitive ball game going between those two guys. The foul on Weber and a timeout now with 5:58 left to play in the ball game. Timeout with the Broncos down 42-35 here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Presented by Strode Orthodontics.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
5:58 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 42-35. DeSoto on top of Spring Hill. Had 3 ties, 6 lead changes all early on in this ball game as Knoll gets that inbound feed from Schultz and might have caught the Broncos sleeping a little bit coming out of that timeout. Gives Knoll 15 points. He's the top scorer tonight for DeSoto. They've made just now 3 shots in the second half, but they lead by 9. Weber gets 2 back the other way. That is his first shot made tonight. And 19, a career high last Friday. And now here tonight, has just 1 made field goal. Layup by Schultz. Got around Beck. Puts the lead back to 9. Weber again cuts in, kicks back out Beck. Here comes Metcalf up top. Weber attacks, gets downhill, finds Jones behind him, who short-armed it. 4:48 left to play. 9-point lead, and it's thrown into the backcourt by DeSoto. Cody Powell checks back in. .44 left, 46-37 DeSoto. Weber gets that high staggered screen. A little hesitation around the top. Beck misfires in the corner. Backside rebound, Wyatt Knoll. Went right around Jones. I think Cooper thought he got help back behind him. There was nobody home. Letillier got there late. But he commits the foul, and it puts Knoll on the free throw line for a chance at a 3-point play. The lead now back up to 11. They're a free throw away from putting it back to where it was at halftime. And they get that free throw from Wyatt Knoll, who's got 18. Chillier off the mark. Beck with the strip and the score. 49-39. Timeout, Spring Hill. 10-point game, 4 minutes to go. We're back right after this on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Right at the midway point of this fourth quarter, Spring Hill trailing DeSoto 49-39 here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics. DeSoto winners of 4 straight coming into play tonight, 10-2 overall. Spring Hill coming off the win Friday in Lewisburg, now 5-4 on the season. And there's another DeSoto turnover. That is their 8th turnover of the second half after having just 2 in the first half. It's been the other way for Spring Hill. They had 9 in the first half and have only turned it over 3 times here in the second half, but they have made very little headway on the deficit. They were down 12 at halftime, had it down to as little as 5, but back to 10 right now. Metcalf will take 2 more off of that. Nice little pull up there by Luke Metcalf, makes it 49-41 with 3.5 to play. Metcalf's 8 points tonight, the most he's had since the season opener, but he had 11 against Leavenworth. So nice to see him get going a little bit on the offensive side. Pushing foul called underneath. Powell getting that assignment with Barnhart for a moment there. And we talked about Weber guarding him earlier, and now they've switched it to Powell, who is 6 foot even. Barnhart 7 foot even. That's a lot to try to overcome size-wise. It was the 7th team foul. So it puts Nate Barnhart at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Barnhart right on his season average with 13 tonight. Foul committed in the backcourt by DeSoto. That's not what Matt Rice wants happening. Fouls committed in the backcourt right now with this team up 10, 3 minutes and change left to go. It's the 6th team foul, so the next one will put Spring Hill in the bonus as well. Metcalf trying to hand it. Jones turns it over. And it's taken right back by Spring Hill. Weber bumped on his way in by Pretty. That'll be his first. And it'll put Ryan Weber at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Ryan came into play tonight at 71% at the free throw line. That was the top mark on the team. He is 1 for 2 this evening. Just 3 points in this game for Weber. Mitchell back in for Spring Hill. Ball knocked free. Who's it out on? It is DeSoto basketball. 2:43 to play. 8-point game. Miller rifles underneath. Henderson, did he walk? He did. He walked before he got the shot up. Metcalf back on for Spring Hill. 2:38 to go. Broncos down 8. They still got time. Weber brings it into the front court. Back to Metcalf. Good shot fake. Steps into a 15-footer and rattles it home. Confident shot right there by Luke Metcalf. His first double-digit scoring game since opening night. He's got 10, and he makes it a 6-point game with 2:28 left to play in the fourth quarter. You're watching Bronco basketball presented by Strode Orthodontics on Spring Hill Sports Live. Weber on a steal and a save. Spring Hill's got it back. They forced the turnover. Can they get the bucket? 15-foot pull-up by Weber rattles out. Man, that would have been a big shot if Weber would have been able to knock that one down. But he goes back to DeSoto with 2:12 left to play. The foul is the fourth on Letillier. Barnhart back to the free throw line for another 1-1. Barnhart 2 for 2 at the line. It's only 1 of 2 this time. It's Weber on the rebound, and here comes Spring Hill. Down by 7. Have trailed the entire second half. Jones gets a good look. Off of Barnhart, should stay with Spring Hill, and it does. So we go under 2 minutes left to play in this ball game. The lead was a dozen at halftime for DeSoto. It hasn't been any more than a dozen in this second half. As the Broncos quickly cut it to 6. Oh no, through the hands of Jones. That is a tough turnover to take with 1:53 to go. Mitchell back in for Metcalf. The Broncos quickly cut the deficit to 6, but then DeSoto has been able to keep fending off every attempt that Spring Hill makes to try to slice into that lead. They've gotten it back to a dozen on a couple of occasions, never more. This is Knoll, little spin into the paint. And lifts it in with 1:43 to go. 20-point night from Wyatt Knoll. Jones on the other end, short arms another one, and it's Barnhart with the rebound. Taken away by Weber. Draws the contact, gets the basket, and a great play by Ryan Weber after the steal. Went right at Barnhart. The second foul on Barnhart, and it gives Weber a 3-point opportunity. He's 3 of 4 at the line. Jamin Beck checks back in with 1:28 to go. A 7-point game. Chance to make this a 2-possession game again. And he does. It's a 6-point deficit with still plenty of time to go. 1:28 left. Knoll throws it up ahead to Pretty. 2-on-1, and he takes it all of himself and lays it in. His first hoop comes at a big time with 1:18 to play. And a timeout taken by Spring Hill. So with 1:17 to go, the Broncos down by 8. And they will have the ball coming out of the timeout. I'm trying to clarify the timeouts here. I wasn't sure who took the last timeout before this one, and it looks like there was a bit of confusion at the scorers table as well. Who that last timeout, I mean, not the one we just saw taken. That was taken by Spring Hill. So the other one was taken by Spring Hill also. So Spring Hill has 1 timeout remaining. DeSoto still has 4. And if the Wildcats find themselves in a troublesome spot here, they've got some timeouts to burn. Both teams in the bonus with 1:17 to go. Broncos, or rather, DeSoto has the arrow. So here comes Weber for the Broncos. They need some buckets and they need them quick. Doesn't have to be threes yet necessarily, but they love one. And Jones hits it off the back iron. Henderson battling Letillier for the rebound. I'm going to call it jump ball here, so that will give it to DeSoto with 1:05 left. John Mitchell checks back in. Foul committed by Powell. It'll put Schultz at the line, who is just 1 of 4 so far. Third foul on Powell. That is 9 team fouls, so it's still a 1-and-1 for Schultz. Letillier brings it up. Spring Hill needs a bucket quick. Instead, they turn it over. Weber trying to get that steal, and now DeSoto gets it across the timeline. Over to Miller with 38 seconds left. He's fouled by Letillier, and that is it for Evan. He fouls out with 37 seconds left. And it will put Jackson Miller at the line for 2 shots now, as that is the 10th team foul against Spring Hill. Beck replaces Letillier, who fouls out. Eight points, 5 assists tonight from Jackson Miller. Ten-point game, a half minute to go. And the Broncos turn it over for the second time inside this final minute. Landon Kaiser will check back in along with John Mitchell. Westbrook sends a couple of his seniors back in for the final half minute of this game here on senior night. Kaiser started the game, his first start of the year. Back in for the first time since to play this final 30 seconds out, which will look like it's going to be just DeSoto dribbling out the clock. The Wildcats will pick up the victory tonight here in Spring Hill to improve to 11-2 with their 5th straight victory. Spring Hill played a pretty good ball game tonight, but a cold stretch to close out the first half. Went 4:43 without scoring to close the first half, and DeSoto went on a 13-0 run to close the half. And they win this one tonight, 58-48, your final. We're back to wrap it all up on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome into the Shoemaker Collision and Repair Paint Center. The Shoemaker Collision Repair and Paint Center post-game show. I'll get it right, Caden, don't you worry. It's brought to you by Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, where they work with all insurance companies to get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. A tough loss tonight here at home for Spring Hill, a game that saw them go through one bad scoring drought, and that really was the difference tonight. A 13-0 run to close the first half for DeSoto. It was a 1-point Spring Hill lead at the time when that run started. And the Broncos went 4 minutes and 48 seconds without scoring to close the half. DeSoto went from down 1 to up 12, and they would never lead by more than that 12-point margin. Spring Hill quickly cut the deficit back down to 6 to open the third quarter, but DeSoto responded with a couple of threes to push it back up to a dozen. It was a 9-point game going into the fourth quarter. Spring Hill got it down to as little as 7 points on a couple of occasions, and then had it down to just 6 points with a minute and a half to go, but they would not score again. And DeSoto holds on to win this one tonight, 58-48 after 3 ties and 6 lead changes. And the Wildcats now 11-2 with their 5th straight win. Spring Hill drops back to 500 as they are now 5-5. We'll take a timeout, come back with all the final numbers for you in this one as we wrap things up here. You're watching the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show on Spring Hill Sports Live. Your final again, DeSoto 58, Spring Hill 48 tonight.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
The The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back again to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. Your final score tonight in Spring Hill, it's the DeSoto Wildcats 58, Spring Hill 48. We look at the final numbers from this game. DeSoto wins the battle on the glass, 31-21 edge for the Wildcats tonight. They shared the ball well, 14 assists for DeSoto. Spring Hill just 7 assists on 18 made field goals tonight. They did make 8 threes in the game, but it was not enough tonight as DeSoto wins this one by 10, 58-48. You look at the team's top scorers statistically this season, and all 3 of the top 3 scorers for DeSoto exceeded their per-game average. All 3 of the top scorers per game this year for Spring Hill were under their average tonight. So usually if that's the case, you don't have to look much further. And DeSoto wins this game as they were led by Wyatt Knoll, 20 points tonight. He averages 18.5 per game. Barnhart had 14, who averages 13 a game. And Henderson had 9, who averages 6 per game. Those are their top 3 scorers on the year. They were the top 3 scorers tonight. They also got 9 points out of Jackson Miller, along with 5 assists. 4 points from Tyler Schultz and 2 from Dane Pretty. For Spring Hill, Cooper Jones held to 14 points tonight. It looked like it was going to be a hot game for Jones. He came out and knocked down 3 3-pointers in the first quarter, but only made 2 shots after that. He finishes with 14 tonight, 5 below his per-game average. Ryan Weber, 8 points tonight. That's 3 below his game average. And Evan Letillier with 5 points tonight, just 1 below his average, so he was pretty much on par. But again, top 3 scorers for the Broncos, all under their average. Top 3 for DeSoto, all above their average tonight. Luke Metcalf had 10 points tonight. First game in double figures since opening night when he had 11 against Leavenworth, so that was nice to see this evening. 7 points from Jamin Beck, 5 points from, 2 points rather, from John Mitchell and Cameron Crotchet each. And Cody Powell didn't score tonight, but he did lead the team with 3 assists. Letillier had the team high with 7 rebounds tonight. So 58-48 the final. Spring Hill now 5-5. DeSoto 11-2. And for the Broncos, they will get back into Frontier League play now starting on Friday night with a visit to Piper. I mentioned it back at the girls' game at the conclusion of that one. I'll mention it again here. But we will not have the broadcast for you on Thursday for the girls or on Friday for the boys, as Piper is not allowing us access into the gym to broadcast on Thursday or Friday. So we are not allowed in to broadcast those games, so therefore, obviously, we won't have those games for you. Piper does broadcast on the NFHS network, so you can catch the games that way, but unfortunately, we will not have them for you here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Not our call, but that is the decision there. So that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. We'll be back on the air come Monday next week when Tonganoxie comes to town to take on the Broncos here in Spring Hill. That is a makeup game from the earlier January game that was postponed between Tonganoxie and Spring Hill. We're going to make that one up on Monday. It'll be a busy week next week with games on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. All league games against Tongi, Paola, and Lewisburg. So we'll be back on the air with you coming up on Monday. Hopefully, boys and girls will pick up big wins on the road in Piper. It'll be a challenge for both teams as both the boys and the girls look to keep their unblemished Frontier League records going in those games, both 3-0 in the Frontier League this year. For Caden Carbajo, I'm Bryce Kessler. We wrap it up with that tonight. Big win for the girls earlier tonight. Spring Hill wins 44-40 on the girls' side, but DeSoto gets the victory here on the boys' side, 58-48. You've been watching the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show and Bronco basketball presented by Strode Orthodontics. We'll talk to you on Tuesday night, on Monday night, I should say, when Tonganoxie comes to town here in Spring Hill.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency, Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action